Welcome back to the show. The questions are out here that remain, and they're very good. Why would there be zero capital gains on U.S. cryptos? And here's the other part. Why would we see the U.S. buy U.S. cryptos or any other crypto in a strategic reserve, knowing they have to print dollars to do it? I believe I've got your answer. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com. That's right. I'm the guy who's still excited and enthusiastic at $2.83 trillion market cap, and the market's off 9.7. I say let it. I'll buy that dip. Don't you worry about it. 82,600 plus for Bitcoin, 2,000 plus for Ethereum. XRP number 4 spots 237. We're off 9% on the 24-hour. And just for reference, 9.8 off is Ethereum on the 24-hour. Bitcoin's off 8.7. We're up 7.8 on the 7-day, while Bitcoin is off 4.8 and Ethereum's off 14.1. Looking at the range of price very quickly here, ranging between 224 and 263. We'll keep an eye on it, but wait till you hear what I've got for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us in the Freedom Zone. Click that join button right there and come on in. It's a great way to support the channel. And let me tell you something, I am super grateful for each one of you to do. This is a great place. First of all, the perks are you get 0 Google ads every day. No more Google ads. Like that, they're gone. And we also cover extra content too, some around crypto, some outside of crypto. And it is a fantastic conversation. I love what's going on in there. I want to remind you very quickly, we got new additions. XRPLasVegas.com. Did you get your tickets yet? Did you get your flight in your room? Listen, you're not spending money on this. You are spending money on this. But what you're really doing is you're not wasting money. You're making an investment into yourself. Okay? Paul Barron, David Schwartz, John Deaton, James Murphy, and so many others, Brad Garlinghouse, Lynette Zhang, Jason Cousins, Andy Scheckman, Cody Carbone, Chris Giancarlo, Simon McLaughlin, Dr. Chris Brummer, Kevin Maloney, Stephen McClurg. I'm running out of air. I can't do it. Get your ticket. You're going to meet all these people in person. You'll have that opportunity, as well as you're going to hear them share things on stage. I'm telling you, this is the third year coming, and every year there's something to get shared there that you won't get anywhere else. Meanwhile, Scottie Pippen's got it on lock. He says he's bullish on XRP, and that's a big deal because Scottie Pippen's been a Bitcoin guy for a long time. This is my open invitation, as well as I've also sent him messages inviting him to XRP Las Vegas. I hope that you will come. Bullish Fund Strats Tom Lee thinks Bitcoin is going higher than $150,000 this year. We don't have to listen to the video to know that that's how he feels. That's where he feels it's going. We'll keep an eye on it. Oh, I've got something for you today. Let me tell you what. First thing I want to hand out is this right here. Popular Kick streamer Amaranth was beaten and almost robbed because of her crypto. She says she is happy and safe. XRP Crypto Wolf says he's happy and safe as an anonymous XRP Wolf. Hopefully she's okay. As it turns out, she did have to use a weapon and harm someone to save herself. She's okay now. I say these 3 things for all of us, me included. First, I'm glad she's okay. This is like the second time in as many months. Remember, it was a co-founder of Ledger, I believe it was, or an executive of Ledger that was taken and kidnapped as well. This is not a laughing matter. And I have made the argument in private groups and had pushback from some of these hard-headed people. You know, I'm glad she's okay. Never show your holdings to anyone, certainly not online. I support people's right to self-custody, but this is why I do not use self-custody, personally speaking, anymore. I used to use it for years. But these kind of attacks has turned me in a place where I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. In fact, I've got things set up now where it's multi-sig, 48-hour delay. You ain't coming in here and doing that. Maybe people could try to harm you, sure, but they're not going to be getting my assets, because it's not easy for me to do now. And that's the way I like it. And listen, I support people's right to self-custody, but this is crazy. I'm telling you, a year or two ago, I had a big conversation and debate with a former DPMG member, and thank God he's former. But the reality is he thought I was the dumb, but he doesn't understand this is what happens if you're not careful. I'm a public figure to a degree. You know, I am not personally custodying my assets or my gold. I'm not doing it. And for that reason. So that's where I'm at. I'm not saying others shouldn't have the right to do so, but, you know, for me, it's what is best for me and my family. Now let's listen to Charles Hoskinson talk about we are on the dawn of a new era of crypto.
We are at the dawn of a new era of the cryptocurrency industry. We are at the dawn of a new era of the cryptocurrency industry.
Tell him, Charles.
One where we won. And we have to deal with the consequences of winning. We can never allow the rails to become compromised. We can never allow middlemen to suck all the value out. And we can never allow the systems to divorce themselves with the philosophy of why they were created in the first place. This is why I believe in Cardano so strongly, because we worked really hard over the last 10 years to try to build a system that preserves and protects the integrity of the cryptocurrency space as a whole.
No question, and we know that Ripple has done the same, and the XRP ledger is exemplary. And here we know this Friday, 3 days from now, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to have the first ever White House Crypto Summit. Oh, I love this. And Brad Garlinghouse has already leaned to it on Twitter and said he'll be there. Here's the speculative who's going to be at the Crypto Summit. And just a couple things to note. Obviously, Brad Garlinghouse is on the list. And as it being in a strategic reserve, I would expect him and anyone from Solana and Charles Hoskinson to be there as well. Obviously, the political officials will be there. Bo Hines, David Sachs, President Trump. I think this is amazing. I'm sure others on this list will be there too. However, Paul Ordoino will be one to watch to see if he is on the list, because I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Because this is what we have here. You don't say, says Michael Branch. Give him a follow. Tether has appointed Simon McWilliams as the chief financial officer to lead a comprehensive audit, improving transparency and strengthening trust in its $232 billion stablecoin market. Well, so by this news, Tether is finally admitting they have not been transparent, as they have tried to argue in the past. The question left is now, will Tether be able to right the ship in time for U.S. acceptance? Because that's obviously what they're looking to do here. Meanwhile, Yuga Labs, the NFT powerhouse behind Bored Ape Yacht Club, announced that the SEC has officially closed its investigation into the company. Congrats to them. Kraken also has had their case dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can not come back. It is permanently closed. This tells me the signal that we're getting legislation is well underway, because they wouldn't be doing this unless there was an answer to remedy all of this approach of regulation by enforcement from the previous administration and the despicable Gary Gensler. Meanwhile, NASDAQ has filed the 19B-4 form with the SEC to list grayscale spot Hedera ETF. Congratulations to Hedera. And then here we see this. This is going to be something you're about to see proliferate in every direction, ladies and gentlemen. It is an index. And here specifically, it's Uphold introducing a new basket of U.S. crypto reserves. How about that? I think you're going to see a lot more of this proliferate through the industry, and I love it. Very quickly here, I'm not going to play this whole thing. Shout out to Matt Hogan. Bitwise, he's going to be at XRP Las Vegas. This guy, I like this guy a lot. He's amazing. Let's play the first part of this clip of why XRP ETF.
I want to hit on the point of the news this week, of course, just yesterday, I believe it was, you guys going into officially filing for an XRP ETF. More around just the topic of why XRP as the next ETF, because many people are looking at all kinds of different assets, especially in the digital sphere. Why XRP?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, can't talk to the specific filing, but can talk to XRP in general. First, I think you've probably heard me say this. We're in the ETF era of crypto. So I think there are going to be ETFs on a wide variety of ETPs. XRP specifically, it has a very vibrant community. It's been around for many years and sustained that community. It has a novel consensus approach that's been working at low inflation rates, and it has interesting and evolving use cases. My general view on crypto, like I'm an index investor at heart, right? I come from the sort of index investing side. My general view is we are still in the early stages of crypto, and no one knows exactly how it will play out. And so we want to offer investors access to a wide variety of assets. XRP is one with a strong community and a strong track record and a strong history. There are people with positive views. There are people with negative views. We understand that, but just if we can structure a low cost, secure way to access that, we think that's an improvement for the market.
No doubt about it. And look, I have interviewed and talked with Matt. Matt is well aware of the utility that is about to be unleashed for XRP and other assets that have real use case in the financial system. And he knows it just as well as anybody else does. And here's Monica Long very quickly talking about Ripple custody banking partners utilizing their services for real-world asset tokenization and advising them on their go-to-market strategy. Come on in.
So yes, there's the opportunities there, and it's coming together. I would say the other thing that I get excited about when we talk to our bank customers who are using custody, they really want us to be their partner or advisor in thinking about our real world asset tokenization. Yes. Yeah, it's the buzziest thing right now. But all those use cases, I mean, payments is really foundational to any kind of, if you're going to be trading tokens, purchasing, all of it, you need that infrastructure to create liquidity and then also settlement to move the assets, from account to account. So I think that things that we have built in payments are very foundational for many different use cases that an FI would venture upon.
No doubt about it. Shout out to Monica. And here's a great interview of John Deaton on Fox Business with Charles Gasparino. Yeah, and Liz Clayman as well. But I want you to listen to this, and there's a question in here. Why would the U.S. government and President Trump print more money to buy crypto in a U.S. strategic reserve? And give it up for Chaz. That was a great question.
Advocate John Deaton. Wow, big U-turn here.
An XRP expert. We should buy. Let me just throw this at you. The market is down 700 plus points. We have tariff worries. We have debt worries. We have the 10-year acting really weird. Sometimes it's up. Sometimes it's hovering around 4.5%. Why is Donald Trump spending $1 gazillion on a strategic crypto reserve? It sounds like the dumbest thing in the world.
Well, listen, there's a difference, Liz and Charlie, about a strategic reserve where you take the assets already that the government owns, the 200,000 Bitcoin that they already have on the books and the other cryptos, and say, we're going to hodl that. We're not going to sell it for 20 years, and maybe come up with something like, you want to pay your taxes in Bitcoin or XRP, we'll do that. We'll shed a little bit of that in the strategic reserve. But this concept of buying, using the taxpayer funds
issuing debt to buy Bitcoin.
Well, yes, Bitcoin and crypto is a hedge on the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. So we don't print more dollars to buy the hedge of the devaluation of the dollars. And so what we need to do is focus on stablecoin legislation.
Why did he go? Why did he go there with this?
Listen, I think a lot of promises were made in crypto. Crypto played a big role in the 2024 election.
Crypto money.
Yes, absolutely. Fair Shake was
So he
largest.
just threw all these crypto guys a bone by saying, we're going to buy your coin and stop the decline and stop the correction. So we're just going to buy it. The federal government stepping in and
listen. I think it's fair to say that the president and his family are pro crypto. You're talking about the Trump meme coin. You're talking about World Liberty Financial, where his sons are all involved. President Trump owns, ethereum, and so Listen, crypto's here to stay. It's an important development in our financial markets and moving forward. But I think we got to focus on what the market needs. We need a market structure bill. Charlie, the first time you and I talked, you were like, why are we applying 1930s law and 46 case law to modern day blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, automation, robotics, quantum computing? Let's focus on the things we need, like real reform, centralized exchanges. If Coinbase goes bankrupt, you know that my money goes into Coinbase's creditors. So we need things like that. Consumer protections to protect those things.
You're an expert at XRP. You help with the help Ripple defend itself. That's the native coin of Ripple when they brought the case for issuing XRP as an allegedly unregistered security. XRP is one of the cryptos that are going to be in this reserve.
Correct.
Is Donald Trump now going to drop? He has to drop the case, because if he doesn't drop the case, if his SEC brings the case again, his U.S. holdings are going to go down. He's going to hurt himself.
Liz, Charlie, imagine what 4 years difference. The last 30 days of the Trump first term, Jay Clayton, as the SEC chairman on the way out the door, filed this Ripple case. 4 years later, within almost 30 days of the second term of the presidency, now XRP is going to be part of the crypto reserve.
Does that mean he drops it?
He has to drop it. We just had a United States president stamp of approval on XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana.
If he doesn't drop the XRP case, the American taxpayer is going to get screwed on this.
Well, that's one thing. And listen, if I'm Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse, I've got the leverage now, I would say, in any negotiations in this.
With Mr. Atkins, the incoming SEC chair.
You would think so. It's going to be very hardcore press to say, listen, we want you to pay $125 million. Here's a thought. How about Ripple pays that $125 million fine that Judge Torres issued and start the crypto reserve in XRP?
John, why is crypto?
I love that right there. I love that. Now let's go into what I think's happening here. Because they asked the question here, why is he doing this? Why is he buying all of this? Is he doing all of this just to pay favor back to the crypto industry for getting him in office? That's what Chaz suggested, right? Well, I think it's a lot bigger than where Chaz is. And shout out to John Deaton for a great interview. It was a great question that he asked Gasparino. Why would President Trump print dollars to buy crypto in a strategic reserve? Food for thought answer. On its face, it does seem ridiculous, but here is where it could get interesting. If the United States switches the tax structure to fair use tax over income tax collection, it could be a game changer that makes a lot more sense to buy U.S. cryptos in a strategic reserve. Here's how. The plan is to tokenize the world. That means everything of value is tokenized. The plan is also to have zero cap gains on U.S. domicile cryptos. That means we don't have to wait for an end-of-year filing of income tax. A switch to fair use tax means you can collect your tax instantly with the transaction that happens on the blockchain. If everything is tokenized, imagine the fair use tax capture on every item that is sold at, let's say, 20 to 25% tax, while income tax is eliminated. You won't need nearly the manpower for collection of those taxes because, after all, it's all on chain. The revenue generated from citizens having more of their own money to spend while at the same time creating more tax revenue capture through fair use tax because no one can cheat on the blockchain. Think about how many transactions are happening every day in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that number of tax collection versus income tax. Now, I don't know the answer, but if the numbers work out, we just may see tax-free U.S. cryptos in the U.S. and the U.S. buying them for a strategic reserve. The price to buy a new fair use manless tax collection system may yield more revenue for the United States government even after paying for it. Lock in. Eggrag Crypto says snapshot cycle $27 to $33 by May 25. Now, sometimes he may throw himself under the bus with time predictions, but honestly, it's worth sharing with the community, he says. Even though I know it might backfire, I will give it a shot. Now, let me be clear. I never try to time the market because it's nearly impossible. Instead, I follow the golden rule. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. Breaking down the chart, in 2017, the start of the channel that the final breakout led to a cycle's blow-off top, took around 175 days with 2,500% measured move from the low end of the channel. We're seeing similar XRP price action today with the 21 EMA closing above and only a minor wick. If we apply the same pattern to current market, XRP could surge to the Fibonacci 1.618 level, targeting $27 to $33. And guess what? Based on the 2017 cycle, this explosive move could happen within just 28 days. Are we on the verge of history repeating itself? We don't know the answer and we won't hold him to it, but it's a window to watch. And I ask you, if Donald Trump is going to do what I'm speculating here and take away income tax and introduce blockchain protocols like XRP Ledger to collect fair use taxes on every transaction that happens, ask yourself, is $27 to $33 a little low? Not financial advice from me or anyone else. I'll catch all of you on the next one.